Hey, what's up, everybody? TJ here, back again with a new review of the latest chapter of Tokyo Avengers. Tokyo Avengers, of course, by Kenwa Kui. Before we go any further, remember that there will be spoilers up ahead. Now, the chapter we are reviewing today, chapter 261, titled Opposite Sides of the Same Coin. Where did we leave off last time? Taiju delivered on his promise. Mikey just jumped down from the shipping container. It's about to go down. Let's get into the summary. It's time for the final showdown, and a few words are being exchanged by the former comrades. It looks like all is set to pop off, right? But then, Sanzu and Hanma aren't through with Takemichi just yet. It looks like Takemichi is on his own versus Kanto's heaviest hitters. Let's get into the review. Takemichi is essentially recapping to Mikey what we already knew. Again, reminder that the stakes are different this time around for this particular leap because Takemichi is dead in the present. Also, side note, right? I think we can state with confidence that the future hasn't changed because Takemichi's consciousness has not been flooded with new memories, right? We've seen that happen before. Taiju, reminds us that not everyone knows about the time leaping. Like, he was unaware, right? I am a little upset that Sanzu was able to get the jump on Taiju, and just like that, Taiju is seemingly out of the equation. However, it's a katana, and we don't know how deep the cut is/was, right? That being said, Sanzu, just like collapse already, dude. We know you only have about one rib left, and it's probably hanging on by a thread. You took a full-on Harley Davidson to the chest, right? To the chest. His fate has been sealed ever since he was a kid. He has no other path to walk on except for the path of carnage. Let's talk about that quote from Sanzu. First of all, what event sealed it? The moment when Sanzu got those scars? Because, listen, does this have to do with the second time leaper? And this is a wild theory, but did the second time leaper visit Mikey as a kid? If so, that scene on the hospital rooftop after Bloody Halloween makes even more sense, where Mikey seemingly joked that he had an inclination that Takemichi was a time leaper. So it's like maybe it wasn't even Mikey's first encounter with a time leaper, right? I'm also still reminded, I threw this out there like a few episodes, over 10 episodes ago, right? But was Kisaki's death the right move for the timelines and the grand scheme of things? Because remember that Kisaki had that whole theory about him being Mikey's darkness. Were we all better off with Kisaki being that scion for Mikey's darkness? Because it seems like full-on Dark Mikey is just bad for the world. But yeah, it seems like, to me, there are a few Nexus events here. How Sanzu got those scars, and I guess Kisaki's death. It just keeps coming back to my head. And of course, Shinichiro's death, right? And Takemichi's resemblance with Shinichiro. Switching gears, though. Of course, Hanma jumps in when there's only one left. Humble Chifuyu real quick. Okay, Chifuyu is definitely a true day one. However, considering who they're up against, this is not going to end well. Let's get into the predictions and questions. This is where I would have wanted those OG Black Dragon / an actual 6th division to come through. Wild theory, this is where Wakasa and Benkei come back to the light, burn out whatever little energy they have for the sake of saving second gen Toman having Takemichi as their leader, right? And most importantly, we learn why they switched in the first place. Or we get one last rally by whoever's left in Toman, right? Even those who are seemingly down for the count, we get one last rally from them. Takemichi and Chifuyu are going to get roughed up big time. Mikey broke Takemichi's arm last time, if you recall, Battle of the Three Deities, shout out. Something has to give with Sanzu. You can't just take a motorcycle to the sternum and still be able to function, much less swing a sword. But this dude is tapping into something deep. Hatred, perhaps. Darkness. I don't know. Anyway, all in all, great chapter as always. This was a little bit of a slower chapter in terms of action, but I think it was a necessary chapter to kind of set the tone for the final battle, because it seems like we're literally on the precipice of this, right? I can't wait to read everyone else's thoughts. Shout out as always to everyone who supports this, the subscribers, the Tokyo Avengers subreddit. Shout out to Guts Guy, Riolu, Creepy Kitten. Appreciate you as always down in the comments. Thank you everyone for giving this a watch and a listen. And if you like what you're hearing, hit up the main podcast. We're on all the significant platforms. Follow Now Mind You Pod on social media, NOWMINDYOUPOD. If you like what I'm doing, hit me up. Tuss4 Skate, TUSS _4_SKTE. Peace, y'all.